this is Islam related, so I'm going to take it from D. Okay, so D is saying, I have some questions about the Islamic faith and culture that I would like to discuss. So let me see if we could get D on the line. D, hi D.
Hey Armin, hey Jim, how you doing?
Oh, pretty good. How about
Good.
yourself?
Good. Yeah, I just have a quick question for you. I'm an atheist myself, and I don't know much about Islam religion. I was just curious, though. I have a quick question about the women. They they are fully clothed and they wear black while the men wear white, and the black makes absorbs the heat. So why would the women be fully clothed in black and the men have to wear white and can show skin?
Okay, well, it doesn't say it has to be black or white. The color seems to be more of a cultural thing. It's supposed to be, it's supposed to be fully covered and also not attractive. And the whole point is to protect your property as a man. Women are your property, and you have to basically protect your property from other men. Just like you lock your car or lock your bike or lock your house, you want to make sure that your wives are not, other men are not lusting over your woman, and that's how you cover them up. That it's modesty culture, basically.
Okay, I mean, I get that, but so in that culture, so women are property, just like in the Christian Bible, it says these are the owner's property.
Well, I mean, there's different senses of property. I consider it to be property because you have full control over them. You could beat them when they don't listen to you, and it's not. In Islam, you do have slaves, you do have sex slaves where you could trade, you could buy and sell, but technically you can't buy and sell your wives on a market. However, technically there is there's a transaction between you as a husband and the previous and the family, the father, or if the father is dead, the elder men in the previous family. So it's very much like a trade, given that you have full control over your wives. I mean, the position of your wife is higher than your slaves in Islam, but I will still consider that even though they are better off, wives are better off than your sex slaves. They are still, because you still have full control over them, and because the process is very much transactional, I will still consider that to be semi-property. Or just property, yeah.
Okay, great. That's a good explanation, but it's kind of crazy. That's why it doesn't seem fair to women or just in general to humans. That's why I don't really believe in any type of God. So. I was just curious about that.
All right. Well, okay. Well, thank you for asking us. Is it Jim? Did you want to add anything to that?
No, I'm just kind of curious why anybody would expect equality to come from a God that is very masculine in its nature, and seems to cater to the whims and desires of men, regardless of which of the Abrahamic religions you ascribe to. They all seem to pretty much have that in common, is a distinct lack of respect for anybody who isn't a man. So, just
correct.
Yeah. And honestly, the hijab, as bad as it is, it's
time.
Oh yeah, okay. Thank you, D. All right. So I also want to just add, as bad as the hijab is, it's one of the least relative to other things in Islam, which is anti-woman. I mean, the Quran itself, not the Hadith, the Quran itself clearly says that if your wife is being disobedient, first you have to stop talking to her. If not if she's being disobedient, if you fear her becoming disobedient, so even before she becomes disobedient, but you just are worried about her becoming disobedient, then you should, not that you can, but you should first stop talking to her. give her the silent treatment. If that doesn't work, then make her leave your bed. So don't let her sleep in your bed. And if that doesn't work out, beat her. That's in the Quran. Clearly, in black and white, explains that beating her is not just an option, but it's a command from Allah, just to make sure your wife is obedient to you. In the same book, in the Quran, it also explains that in war, women who are married, you should not have sex with women who are married, except if you capture them in war, which is basically not sex, just sex, it's RIPE at that point. But even if you capture a woman in war, the Quran clearly indicates that you can basically force yourself on her, even if she has a husband. That's also very clear in the Quran. The Quran also tells you that you could have child wives. A lot of people think that having child wives is only in the Hadith because of the story of Muhammad, but no, even in the Quran itself, it clearly indicates that you are allowed to marry, and not just marry, but also have sexual relationships with children before it clearly says before their period, before the age that they get their period. That's also in the Quran. So there's a lot more things in the Quran that is an anti-woman than just the hijab. Yeah. So there's that. Sorry, I'm starting off very heavy today. I hope I'm not depressing people.